Topic is turn off notifications or unplug. Turn off notifications, reclaim authority over attention. So our main core here is digital interruption, reactive living, and the neurological conditioning created by constant notifications, constant stimulation. So two popular thoughts to remember here, ideas, okay? Notifications are neurological sledgehammers. Notifications are neurological sledgehammers. No different than drugs or alcohol or caffeine or sugar or sodium, any of this, anything, gambling, you name it. Notifications are neurological sledgehammers. And number two is notifications are not neutral. Notifications are not neutral. They train our brain. And who's on the other end of sending those? Who is sending those notifications, or for what purpose are those notifications being sent for? So our primary lie being exposed here is, I need to stay instantly available. Other secondary lies, it's just a notification. I might miss something, fear of missing out. This is just modern life. This is how life is now. Everyone does it. Our core truth that we need to restore with this is attention is discipline. Attention is stewardship. We choose when we engage. We choose when we engage with any kind of technology, any screen, any digital. We get to choose and be the master. If everything can interrupt us, nothing receives our authority. If everything can interrupt us, nothing receives our authority. If our phone buzzes and we immediately look at it, we are not in control. Who isn't going to go look at it? We are being summoned. Who are we being summoned by? Notifications are not neutral. They are digital commands. So look at our society. You know, us humans have been given authority over a lot. Look at the living that we've been given authority over, living things. So here we are, these digital devices of all sorts are commanding us. And if everything can interrupt us, nothing receives our authority. Today, we stop being on call for the world. Today, we stop being on call for the world. The noise every time trains our brain. How many unlocks do you have right now for today? Have you ever paid attention to how many unlocks you have? Check it out. We all have digital well-beings on our phones called different things. Check out how many times. Maybe your family, we have a challenge that you report to each other by the evening, by nighttime, how many unlocks you've had for the day and your time and on each app. What's really happening? Notifications, the neurological sledgehammers, are actually training our nervous system, our brain and spinal cord, and our body. Every buzz, dopamine anticipation, dopamine hit. Every banner, micro cortisol spikes that cortisol. Every badge, attention fracture, breaks our attention. We have videos that you can check out about our attention, about our focus, how long it takes us to actually get back on focus, how many minutes to get back on focus after we've had any kind of distraction. Every interruption trains us to live in reaction mode, urgency, fragmentation, shallow focus. This is not productivity loss. This is authority loss. We have lost authority. We have given up and summoned to others, been summoned. And when authority over attention is lost, alignment erodes. We are misaligned with the truth. So the lie, I need to stay available. It's just a quick check. What if I miss something? What if I miss something important? Fear of missing out. I can ignore it. If we could ignore it, we would not feel the pull. We would not check it every time. It happens to all of us, but at some point, when are you going to become the master again? Well, it doesn't have to happen to everyone. But if we have not been trained and learned and been conditioned in a wise way, it's going to happen to people of any age. Constant accessibility is not responsibility. It is addiction disguised as availability. The truth, attention is actually very beautiful. Attention, focus is discipline, is stewardship, due north. If we do not choose what interrupts us, what we allow to interrupt us, culture will. Whoever's on the other side of those commands will. Notifications are invitations. Any notification is an invitation. We do not accept every invitation. But when it's dinging, who is not going to check it? We respond intentionally. We learn to respond intentionally. We do not react impulsively. And how many messages? We have a video. Oh, let me check the name of it really quick. Oh, shut. What we type. It's about what we type. You can look that up. I apologize. But it's what we type is very important. And we are, as humans, are being so careless with our words through any type of messaging, commenting, any form of technology or any form of conversation or communication. I wouldn't even want to call it conversation or communication. We're just irresponsible with it. We're manipulating, gaslighting, deceiving, it threatening, bullying. What is happening through technology is ridiculous. It is uncalled for. It is misalignment with the truth. So to restore, the reset, the 6-phase alignment model. 1, we're going to restore. We're going to work on regulating our nervous system, our brain and spinal cord, and releasing from ourselves the memories. When we turn off notifications, we may feel restlessness, withdrawal, phantom vibrations, anxiety, depression, fear of missing out. That is nervous system withdrawal from stimulation. We're going to pause, stop. We're going to inhale 4, hold 4, and exhale 6. Or you can inhale 4, exhale 8. We're going to release the urge to check. The wisest ways to do this is to turn off notifications. Do not obey the buzz that no longer exists, phantom vibrations. So number 2, we're going to remember and reconnect with the truth, the wisdom, the mental and physical laws. Before push alerts, we finished thoughts. So we get rid of those pushed alerts. We completed conversations. We worked deeply. We were not constantly interrupted. We reconnected and we remembered the wisdom of truth of who we are and what we're about and what we're meant to be doing right now. We were not designed to live in fragmentation, division, separation. We are not designed for that as humans of what's going on right now. Presence requires standards, high standards, non-negotiables, and boundaries. 3, we recognize. Awareness reveals. We reveal the real driver here. Who's commanding and who's summoning and who's driving. Why do we keep notifications on? About the only time I ever put on notifications is if we are somewhere and, okay, somebody needs to get a hold of me because we're going to need to communicate about something. But otherwise, it can wait. There is not. Now, I understand if there's an emergency or something, but outside of that, you can still check your phone. You do not have to have notifications on. Not necessary. Why do we keep notifications on? Fear of missing out, need for validation, control, avoidance, loneliness. Technology is not the root. We talk about in other videos the beliefs. There's false beliefs, there's true beliefs, and then there's flowers and plants, and there's weeds. And it's whatever were planted as the roots. Technology is not the root. Technology is up here. It's with the behaviors, the symptoms. It's what we do. There's two types of addiction, but really I believe it all interrelates. But you can check out our addiction series and learn about its number one, what do we do with it? How do we engage in it? Substance, which is physical, and then the other is behavioral process. Belief is the root. Is it a false belief, a lie, a fear, a gift, or is it a truth, wisdom? What belief says I must be instantly available, to be valuable, to be worthy? That belief is misaligned. That's a lie. 4, we're going to rewrite and replace the scripts, the false beliefs that are below the surface. Old script, the lie. If it buzzes, I check. New, I choose when I engage. We choose when we engage. Old, notification, immediate response. New, scheduled response, windows only. We check our devices at a specific time. They don't own us. They don't command us. They don't summon us. We are the master. Scheduled response times. Only at specific times do you check it. Replace urgency with rhythm, flow, order instead of chaos, confusion, and conflict. 5, we're going to rewire and reprogram the brain, our spinal cord, our nervous system, our body, our life. When notifications stop, dopamine anticipation drops, decreases. Consider withdrawal here. Cortisol drops. Cognitive depth, our ability to even think or have freedom increases. Focus strengthens, discipline strengthens, the brain relearns. I am not on call. That is reprogramming authority. 6, the rest, the fruit proof evidence. After 72 hours with non-essential notifications turned off, in my opinion, all notifications. I understand those people on call. That's a different thing. You have to work with that. There's phone numbers you can make available only to allow through. There's a lot of things you can do with your technology, so you really don't need all your notifications on. Most people report more calm, more peace, less anxiety, less depression, more focus, better, healthier conversations, more intentional work, lower volatility with the fluctuation in their physical, what people call emotions. We've got a video that we're creating on emotions, feelings. They are not supposed to be the deciding factors in us. The fruit is clarity. The proof, the evidence. We functioned without being summoned by other masters. So a bold reproof. Actually, we're going to do a little unplug challenge here. Turn off all notifications for 72 hours. Do this wisely. Only keep on anything that you absolutely have to. Be honest here. Don't lie with yourself. Not silent, off. Keep off. Keep only. You don't even have to have all those up at the top come up. You can go into your email. You can go into the different ones. If you want messages or like we use WhatsApp or something of that, you don't need any social media coming on. You don't need any of those writing or what do you call them, different ones, any news sources or anything coming on. None of those. Keep only priority calls, calendar alerts that are a must to remind us of what to do because we're so filled with everything else. Everything else off. No announcements, no drama, just discipline. So the bold reproof, we must stop saying, it's just how modern life works. It's just how it is nowadays. No. Modern life does not require constant interruptions, distractions, and stimulation. Those are lies. That may be the masses, the mainstream, the cultural norms and the society socially acceptable, but that is not leadership. That is not wisdom. That is not reactivity, or that is reactivity. That is not true connection. That is compulsion. That is addiction. We do not let devices, technology, screens form us, disciple us anymore. Let's choose the highway versus the low way. The low way is reactions, urgency, fragmentation, division, separation, disease, impulses, excuses, lies, escapism, numbing. The highway, intentional response, boundaries, high standards, non-negotiables, focus, ownership, discipline, responsibility, accountability, stewardship. We choose the highway. One action, turn off those notifications except for what we talked about, any essential that you have to absolutely have, because otherwise you will get in extreme trouble or you will have problems with business, work, what have you. Keep only calls from priority contacts, calendar alerts that are a must-have. Everything off, else off for 72 hours. I'd say even a week or a month. No announcement, no drama, just discipline. At home, parents and children, siblings learn interruption patterns from the adults. At work, fragmented leaders create fragmented teams. The generational impact, intergenerational multi, is if we normalize distractions, noise, stimulation, constant stimulation, we normalize shallow thinking, shallow beliefs, shallow behaviors, shallow life. This is not small, this is cultural alignment. So we're going to close with direction here. We will not live subend. We will not train our nervous system to panic at every buzz because they're turned on. We will not surrender authority to notifications. We choose discipline. We choose alignment. We choose discipline of attention, stewardship of attention. Turn them off. Get clean, stay clean, be clean. Welcome to the reset.